One new comment and 7 likes. Oh, well, let's see what's going on there. What kind of
Well,
shit's
there
happening?
we go.
What kind of shit's going on over here?
I'm not opening that stuff. Hang on.
I just have a bunch of stuff open.
This will be a short one, though, because there isn't a whole bunch of information on this. This is the link for this little short thingy. Paste.
Oh, that's what it was. Kara, our girl from St. B there, the one that's, she's got some Brandon stories, but the one that we first, remember we did her house there? Kara? I liked her. She's good. I like all of them. Anyway, I posted that meme the other day about taking a cat with you to like the stairs, right?
To go to pee the room?
Yeah. And then one of her friends says, or she made a comment on that one. She goes, "Yeah, that's exactly what I would do." And then her friend retorted something. "I thought of you when I saw this," or something, right?
Aww.
And then I made a smart ass comment. I just gotta find it. Where is
You
it?
didn't make a smart ass comment for real?
No, not me.
You wouldn't do that.
I'm harmless. Oh, and then she says, "I literally do the exact thing." She takes a cat with her and holds it so she,
Really?
That's what she says. And then a friend of hers says, "I thought of you when I saw this." And then me being the smart ass put, "I don't blame you. At least Minnie loves animals." Because I remembered the name of the ghost, right? Remember there's 2 Minnies in there?
Oh, that's right.
Oh, and she goes, "So true." Anyway, that's how
I sent you the one with the Ojibwe traditions because that is primarily mostly Manitoba.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right.
And then I have, oh my God, I got so much shit open here. Then I have a little bit of Wikipedia. Do you want me to send you the Wikipedia link too?
Oh, whatever you want.
Okay, what? No, I want another new one.
Vicious.
Great mail, you asshole. Oh, there we go.
Oh, it's not coming yet. Oh, wait. 4 new messages. Oh, there you are.
I'm there. I'm always there.
But we're doing little people, right?
Yeah.
Little people.
Hey, here's
So speaking about little people, Jen was having a problem the other day again, hey?
Yeah, I know. What's
and she
going
says
on
then
there?
She was sober because she had to work the next day.
Oh my God.
There is something
really quiet. She's been pretty quiet lately, eh?
She's been busy, I guess, eh?
The only reason I remember this is because when I grew up north.
Wait, let's, before you get into anything here.
Okay.
I've been recording and I'll edit all this shit out. I'll pick just the belch. I'll just leave the belches. I'll just leave the belches and the F-bombs in because we're just classy dames and all, right? So
I know.
And this is Jas and this is Sher. We're social distancing because we're responsible adults.
Well, we're social distancing because we have to. How's that?
And we're drinking, we're swearing, and we're talking about ghosts and shit because this is Giving Up the Ghost. Thank you very much.
That's what we do.
That's what we do. We talk about ghosts and scary stuff and paranormal stuff, and we try to concentrate on
And I'm getting a beer right now. Listen.
A beer ski?
There, I got a beer ski.
Excellent. So it's a Thursday. We've been drinking. We've been talking. Again, not in the pod. Well, I'm in the pod lounge, and
I'm in my pod house.
She's in her pod house.
I'm wandering between the cave and everywhere right now.
There you go. Yeah. So that's the way we go. That's the way the biscuit tumbles right now, and there's still stuff going on that we want to discuss. So this COVID is not stopping us.
No, asshole COVID.
No, fuck you, COVID. Fuck you and your bag
and the
of
bat
germs.
You flew in on. Ooh, that was so bad.
Oh, maybe I should edit that out. Well, no, you're just saying the bat you flew in on.
Yeah, the bat you flew in on.
I ride a broom. There's no disgrace in flying objects. You know.
That's right.
No discriminatory stuff here. That's right. It's all good.
I wasn't being anti anything, but I mean, okay, it's an animal thing.
Did you hear
likely.
Did you hear the load of shit trouble that and I love Brian Adams, but did you hear the load of shit he got in the other day? Because he went on a tangent, and then he had to retract it.
Oh, I know. He didn't just stop. I was just talking about a bat. I'm not talking about nothing else because I think that's rude as shit.
No, that was a little, like, I don't know.
That was overboard shit.
I love Brian Adams, and he's such a good guy. Maybe he's just having a bad day, you know?
Hey, and we all have them.
We all have them.
I know.
Fly from the hip. But anyway.
No, I know.
But we're back here. We're doing our shtick. Thank you to all that's been listening. A lot of you have been listening. Stats have been pretty quiet this week, but other weeks just freaking... there was 3 days within a 2-week span. We easily topped 100 downloads in one day.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Thank you, guys. We appreciate that. Mm-hmm. Thanks for showing us the ghost love. We love that.
We do love that.
We do love that.
We love the love of the ghost.
We love the love. So we are a little crazy. This is our hobby because there's no money in podcasting. No. We are working towards that somehow, somewhere.
Eventually. At some point, in some time.
I got some tricks up my sleeve.
You know what I would say? Just like being an artist, I'll be famous when I'm dead.
There you go. $1 million. Remember, we were talking about that in the last episode. Good intentions, whatever you throw out, make sure it's positive.
Yeah.
Make sure it goes...
Happy, joy.
Ren and Stimpy. I love Ren and Stimpy.
happy, joy.
God. Have you ever noticed, not to derail, choo-choo, because we always do, did you ever notice that the cartoon-esque type drawings of Ren and Stimpy resemble a lot of scenes in SpongeBob? Have you ever noticed that?
Oh, yeah, I know.
Apparently there are some artists that are actually from both camps.
Really, eh?
Yeah.
I used to watch Ren and Stimpy. They were awesome. They were grotesquely awesome. I
know. Ren and Stimpy,
they had their own appeal of ick.
I think I was in my early 20s when that came. We were in our early 20s when that came out.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I honestly don't remember. I don't remember stuff that happened last week at this point. So it all seems like it's still March 15th to me. So
March 15th, 1997. Most of you weren't even born then. It's pretty bad when I started my new job. I love the girls I work with, but I look at them and I think about them like, you could be my kid, and you could be my kid.
You could be my kid. I know.
I could be your mother.
I'm thinking, holy shit, I'm not even looking forward to being a grandma. Ooh. Thank God my kid is young.
All my friends are grandmas almost, I think. Oh, here we go. Listen to this. That's good shit right there. That's the Ren and Stimpy show.
No copyright.
No, not at all. I don't know what that was. I don't know what I'm playing. Oops, my thumb hit a button.
An accent. I don't know what that was. That should be you should slow that down and make that our theme song.
That'd be awesome.
Slow it down by 50%.
Of the things I can do and can't do, I can do that. And make it sound like a horror. And make it sound like a horror theme, eh?
There you go. See?
Oh my God. I was looking for I'll edit all this out. I was looking for the happy, joy.
Happy, joy. Happy, joy. Not infringement rights. Oh, oops.
Well, here we go. We'll see how
we can edit.
But you know what? If anybody finds us and then they threaten us, it's like, oh, somebody's listening to us. Okay.
Holy shit, we're being sued by somebody? No way. You listen to our crap.
It's like, what? You're from Virgin.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I will delete that.
Yeah, or pretend to take it really, really far, so that we could get just our name into papers and shit, right?
There you go.
Local Winnipeg girls taken to court for copyright. And who are they? They're from Giving Up the Ghost.
Yeah. Oops. Oh my God.
My bad. I'm sorry. Was I not supposed to put that in my podcast? Oops.
Yeah, accidents happen.
I think that happened to Sean Geek or somebody. They played something. They had to take it out.
Did they really?
Mm-hmm.
Hi, I'm back. I can see you again.
Hi, back by popular demand. Yay. Here, wait.
This is a song about being happy. That's right. It's the happy, joy.
Woohoo! We're having a good time
on
Thursday
baby.
night.
Happy, joy. Happy, joy. Happy, joy. Happy, joy. Happy, joy. Happy, joy. I don't think you're happy enough.
There we go.
Why does that sound like a freaking... I feel like I'm at fucking Festival de Voyageurs.
Well, it's got an upbeat tempo.
You know what I mean? Doesn't it sound like it? It could be like a freaking French-Canadian song right there.
It could almost, it's got a little kick to it, eh?
Well, maybe we should, like, sing that en français.
En français?
I don't even know how to sing that
Je
en français.
Je n'ai pas parlé français. Je parle un peu. All right. Well, if you want to... Wow, did we drag this out? I'll edit some of this.
Yeah, no shit.
Especially the copyright shit, because nobody wants that.
Copyright shit, well, yeah.
I've got enough shit going on. I don't need no more. Anyway. But yeah, so today we're doing another Ramblesode. We are talking about the little people, and this is
the little people.
This is what.
And the reason I really like this story is I could tell you this honestly. This is honestly true.
Right.
When
you had the true one. Yeah.
Under the age of 5, my mom and dad both taught up north. They taught at Little Grand Rapids, and I still have a stone. It's shaped like a paddle, and I remember when I found it up there, I still have it, like, holy shit, this is an old friggin' stone, right? But they said, people there, the elders told me that little people made them. And I'm like, I was fascinated by that, and I never forgot about that, and that's like frigging 45 years now of me remembering this. So I thought, well, let's look this shit up, man. Like, I find it kind of fascinating.
For sure.
So, this little blurb is just from Wikipedia because, when you look up little people on the internet, when it comes to stuff, they talk about fairies and leprechauns and, you know what I mean, like stuff like that. But I actually found a little tiny Native American folklore, and it may not necessarily apply to Manitoba, but it says the Native peoples of North America told legends of a race of little people who lived in the woods or near sandy hills and sometimes near rocks located along large bodies of water, such as the Great Lakes. So, I'm sure it changed from region to region, but it says, often described as hairy-faced dwarves in stories. Petroglyph illustrations show them with horns on their head and traveling of groups of 5 to 7 per canoe. So it's like... Interesting. Kind of cool. It's like little canoe people, right?
Yeah.
It said, Native legends often talk of the little people playing pranks on people, such as singing and then hiding when an inquisitive person searches for the music. It's often said that little people love children, and it would take them away from bad or abusive parents, or if the child was without parents and left in the woods to fend for themselves. It says, other legends say the little people, if seen by an adult human, would beg them not to say anything of their existence and would reward those who kept their word from helping them and their family out of times of need. From tribe to tribe, there are variations in what the little people's mannerisms were like and whether they were good or evil or maybe different. It says one of the common beliefs is that little people create distractions to cause mischief. They were believed to be gods by some. One North American Native tribe believed they lived in a nearby cave. The caves were never entered for fear of disturbing them. Legends of physical remains of tiny people being found in various locations in western United States, particularly Montana and Wyoming, typically describe the remains as being found in caves with various details, such as descriptions. They were perfectly formed, dwarf-sized. Archaeologist Lawrence L. Lohndorf notes that the burials, of course, are always sent to local university or to the Smithsonian for analysis, only to have both the specimens and research results disappear. Lohndorf also suggests that the discovery of 2 mummies or anticephalic infants in the first half of the 20th century with deformities that caused some people to believe they were adults has contributed to public belief in the existence of the group of tiny prehistoric people. So the graveyard unearthed in the 1830s in Cosopan County, Ohio, was believed to contain skeletons belonging to a pygmy race. In fact, the graves, which were roughly 3 feet long, were bone burials consisting of disarticulated or bent bones packed together. But that is really cool that there's still, like, they actually sent things to the Smithsonian for investigation.
Yeah.
Which I find really interesting, you know what I mean?
Right, because that's like the be-all that end-all when it comes to anything like that.
Oh, hell yeah. If you're doing some shit, that's where you send shit, right?
That's right.
But do you want to read the... This is a really cool page. Did you want to read the actual page from the Native American
Well, how about I like this other one you sent me about little people. If you ever see them, don't be afraid. Can I read that one?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that was, sure, because you gave me the words that are really hard to say.
I did not.
You read that, and then I'll read the really hard to say words.
Finger at me. Don't you point your virtual finger at me. Anyway.
Wag, wag, wag.
Wag, wag, wag. But, like I think I recounted on one of our earlier episodes, like, my dad, I think even somebody had asked me one time if my dad had an influence on, all this, in my belief in the paranormal and all this kind of stuff, because he believed in a lot of this, and he would tell me stories, and we had a shared paranormal experience, and it was because of little people. And this is why I think there is little people in Jen's house. It's in the same area of my mom's house where it used to be, or where her house is,
cool.
right? I'm still doing research on Jen's house. She thinks it's little people. I think her property was part of like a farm or a larger property for a long time. So who knows what happened on that property? You know what I mean? So I'm doing research on that. But my experience with my dad with little people, and when we started the podcast, months before he passed away, I told him what we were doing with this podcast and what we're trying to, he was all for it. He thought it was the greatest thing. It's too bad he passed before I could interview him, because he had some great stories. I mean, I do have them written down and I know them quite well. But the one story he substantiated, and I said, do you remember that one time? I said, when I was really, really little and you were laying in bed, you were waking up, I'm trying to wake up my dad, like, get up, let's play or whatever. I must have been,
right.
I'd like to say 6 or 7 and stuff. It was early morning, like, I want to say like about 9-ish, not quite 10-ish yet. The sun was still lower in the sky. Because the way the bedroom window faced the other house, you wouldn't have direct sunlight till about 11 o'clock. So it was, about maybe 9-ish, right? So the light was coming through, but not direct sunlight. And then I was trying to wake him up, and he was already awake, and he was laying there. He's like, shh, just lie still. Watch this. And then I'd lie there, and I'm like, okay. And he's like, just look. And he's pointing towards the curtain. And it's like one of the pull-down blinds, like the one I have behind me, right? And you could see the outlight. It blocked out a lot of the light, but not, like, it's not like blinds in the 70s aren't like the block out light shades that we have nowadays. So you could, even though it was white and it was thick, you could still see kind of light against it,
Right.
And you could see the outline around the corners, like the bottom and the sides. You could see light coming in, not direct sunlight. We're laying there, and all of a sudden you saw these little dancing lights, and they're dancing like right on the blind. And it's like, are they on the outside? Are they on the inside? But they look like they were on the inside. And then it's like, are they bugs? He goes, no, they've been doing this for a while. Keep watching. And there was like, first there'd be like 2 or 3, and then 5 and 6. And it's like they're chasing each other, and these little lights or whatever. And then they went away. And it's like, well, they weren't bugs. Like, it was just,
and you're like, shit, what the hell?
And they weren't on the, and they weren't on the outside, like against the window. They were like kind of like on the inside, like kind of in the blind, in
between. Yeah.
And what I mean in the blind, I mean in the material of the blind. But the blind is millimeter, like, like a blind. Like, how could
right, yeah.
And then he says, those are little people. And I totally forgot about that experience. I recanted that to my dad last year when we started the podcast. He goes, I do remember that. He goes, yeah, that was really cool. He says, I've had a lot of experiences like that. And I said, yeah. And then when I took medicine circle classes many, many years ago, the gentleman who led the class, he very much walked that way of life, a really, really good guy. And he started talking about the story of little people. And he started describing what I described to you. And all those years, you know how, like, you don't purposely forget about stuff, but you don't think of it, and then something touches on you or touches on, and then poof, it's like,
and your brain goes, that. Wait a second. Yeah, I know.
There it was. So, yeah. I believe those were little people. But anyway, so it was my experience, which will be in my book, Creepy Me, at some point. It actually is. I have it all written up, but anyway.
Excellent.
So about this little blurb about little people. Little people, if you've ever seen them, don't be afraid. Talk to them, be nice to them, and they will bring you luck. The world of little people is no further than the patch of woods behind the last house, yet it is a place of mystery, closely connected to nature. From the little people come after a rain and wind. Or they come from rain and wind, sorry. From their cooking pots comes food that never runs out. They themselves are small, but their strength and wisdom are great, providing a source of lasting power for average-sized humans. Here are 22 not-so-quite folktales an unusual collection gathered from Mohawk, the Cherokee, the Zuni, the Inuit, the Maya, and other American native groups. Though each tale is different, the little people themselves are recognizable from one story to the next. They are capable of playing tricks, yet offer help when someone is in trouble. They run and hide, yet want to make friends, even propose marriage. Oh my.
Yeah, woo!
Are these little people real, or do they only live in the stories? The answers to both questions are resounding yes, as explained by folklorist John Barhurst in a fascinating introduction exploring the history and meaning of little people in North American culture.
Yeah, and actually the book is called, I can't say it,
Okay.
The Deetkatoo.
Deekatoo?
I think that's what it's called. The Deetkatoo. Deetkatoo. And it's, I wanted to read this book so badly, but I can't get it. I have to buy it.
Oh, okay.
It's Native American Stories About Little People, and it was published in May of 1998.
Okay.
And I would really like to see it.
Mm-hmm. Well,
very much so.
We won't go into the stories, but it's still very interesting.
Oh, yeah, no, It's excellent. But then I was looking on a website, and I found, I guess it's like, I don't know what it's called. It's called nativelanguages.org, actually, is where it's from. And they have stories about just about every bloody thing. Holy moly, it's filled with it.
Like an encyclopedia.
And I wish it was like a little bit more easy to find, because I never found this before. But now that I know it's here, but oh my God, I wish I could say the name, because I'm totally going to annihilate it.
I see these other from the other email you sent me about the legendary Native American figures.
Yes.
Whoa.
Memegwesi. Maybe that's how I say it. I don't know. Yeah, it says they're small riverbank dwelling spirits. They're gently benign creatures, but sometimes blow canoes astray or steal things when they are not shown proper respect. In some Ojibwe traditions, Memegwesi can only be seen by children and medicine people. In others, they can appear to anyone and may help humans who give them tobacco and other gifts. Most often, Memegwesis are described as being child-sized and hairy with large head and strange voice that sounds like the whine of the dragonfly.
Oh, that's cool.
The Korean Inuit describe them as having narrow faces, and some Memoni storytellers have said that they have no noses. Ooh. It's sometimes said the Memegwesis were originally created from the bark of trees. They are said to carve symbols on rocks and sometimes carve small canoes for themselves out of stone. Some people believe that their name comes from the Ojibwe word for hairy, memi, since Memegwesis are usually described as having hairy faces and bodies. Other people believe that their name is related to the word for butterfly, memegwana. But that's pretty cool, because
very cool.
That's the part that sticks with me, is because, like, not that I ever found a small stone canoe, but I found little tiny paddles.
Yeah.
Right? And I mean, I actually found one when I was very young as a child, and then I think I found another one when my kid was maybe about 4 or 5, and we were on a beach.
Interesting.
And I shared the story with him about it too. So I just think it was kind of cool. That's what drew me to that. Anyway.
Yeah, for sure. No. Yeah. I'm glad you shared that.
No,
that was a good. I love that.
Pretty cool.
I love little people. Maybe Jen doesn't, but
Yeah, no, she probably doesn't like.
Well, no, because they steal things.
No, I think
that's in
really
this story,
neat.
right? They steal things, and that's what she said. Like, things will go missing, and then they just magically reappear. You know?
Really, eh?
Yeah.
But that's odd, though. Like, I mean, well, is her area? Well, I guess if she's in a big farm area or whatever, right? I mean.
Well, you know, the layout of her property, okay, where it is now, right? At the end of her street is actually Rossmere Golf Course, okay?
Oh, okay.
That whole area.
So it's like a woody.
Yeah, and that whole area, the way Rossmere Golf Course runs, there's like, not Everglades. What do you call, like, it's kind of like, not rolling. There's like a old. Apparently, she even said herself there used to be an old mill in the area, like around there, like it used to be.
Oh, okay.
like a little creek and all that kind
Like
of
a
stuff.
swampish area, like a
yeah,
wetland kind of area.
yeah. I mean, so it'd be interesting to find out a little bit more history in that area, but her physical house address does not show up until like 1951, yet the rest of the street was there from like 1915.
Oh, shit. That's a
It's
bit old.
Yeah, and
What
it
the
just,
hell happened there?
I don't know. That's why I'm saying it's weird. So I'm doing search. I'm up to 1928 because I want to see how the house numbers pattern, right?
I
And
wonder if it was a mill, if it wasn't like where the owner lived or some crap
well, this
like
is
that.
what I'm wondering, and I'm still again doing a deep dive and in our spare time and stuff. But as far as I can tell, there's no dead bodies, and that's a good thing. So.
No, that's good.
But
Yeah.
yeah, no, thanks for sharing that story. That was
running around. No, I really
people-
like that. I like that stuff. I wish I had more tales to tell from there because it was so long.
Yeah, we'll
since
come.
I've
You know what?
been there.
We'll come back to it, right? Like, yeah,
I know.
if
You
anybody,
know what I mean, though? Like,
yeah, if anybody has any stories, with little people, please, definitely, like,
please.
give us a call.
I know
almost
a bunch
did that
of
again.
people that
Email us.
have worked up north, and you know what I mean, like.
Remember the lady, the lady we were speaking to when we were at IKEA last year, way back, seems so far ago, right? IKEA, and that lady was saying she had worked with a Hawaiian lady that came from Hawaii, and she caught a little person stealing her hairbrush or something.
Yeah.
So
that's right.
It's a world-renowned thing. Like, I mean, it's all over, and that's why we want to find out: is it here? Has anybody had any experiences here? We want to know.
Yes, please share with us.
And share us.
And if you're going to share, where are you going to share it to, Jasmine?
We're at givinguptheghostpodcast@gmail.com.
Ooh.
Not as sexy as you, my girl. Because you's got it going on. But, yeah, definitely email us or even message us on Facebook or the other.
Yeah, Facebook Messenger is awesome. I like that shit.
Yeah, we love Facebook Messenger. Or the other apps, we dare not say the name, the gram, Twitter.
Oh my God, we're just about on everything. And listen to us on everything because we're everywhere.
We're everywhere.
We're everywhere like the plague.
No, not like the plague. We're better than the plague.
We are better than the plague. We'll infect you with joy.
It. That's right.
We will
Coughing
infect
with
your
joy.
ass with joy.
I would say giving you hot flashes? No, that doesn't sound right.
Yeah,
no.
Well, no.
But,
I already have my own. I want to give it to anyone else.
We're just over the 8,100 download mark. That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Thank you to everybody who's listened right across the world. Still working on our world map, and maybe I'll get you to order those pins, Sher, because Amazon's
shit!
not
Yeah, you want to Google that one?
Google it? No.
Oh! You don't want to Google it?
Wouldn't that be cool if we could get little pins in shape of Ghosty? Wouldn't that be cool?
Oh my God, that'd be so
my
cute.
God, that'd be so cute.
Oh my God.
Anyway,
I
wonder, but
God, it takes so little to make us happy.
Cash. That takes cash, and we're not rich or famous. We're good looking.
We may be famous or infamous.
Infamous. Our reputation precedes us. Rather have good publicity than bad publicity. Remember that one? And everybody listens to us. We were on 18 downloadable sites too. If you guys ever, curious or whatever.
18 downloadable sites.
We are.
Is that a bit much or what?
Remember that one screenshot I showed you? 34 people were talking about us. What the fuck did they say? Because it was in Mexican.
I know, and we can't see that shit because that's on something we can't see. How does it get shared on there?
Well, it's one of the apps. Like, it's one of the from Spreaker. It's just kind of.
I know, but why can't you see why can't we?
Well,
see
I need a membership. I'd have to send us up with a membership first, and then I'd have to take a look at the comments.
If they're sharing our crap, don't you think that we would have a membership there, though?
No, not really.
That's like perjury.
Bullshit.
No,
it's all right.
Plagiarism.
Perjury. Okay, real quickly, I'm a deep thinker, and I've been doing some thinking, and I wanted to share this with you, Cher, while we're recording. Okay.
You're sharing with Cher?
We're sharing with Cher.
That could be a whole different story of ghost stories.
I figured out I figured out a theory on what residual hauntings are and what black shadow people are.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, ready? Okay.
Shoot it to me.
Residential. Residual hauntings, when people repeat a pattern and they're there but they're not there, right?
Right.
I see it as people that may have passed suddenly, they don't realize they're dead, and even though they have the opportunity to cross over, they keep reliving their same life because not that they refuse to know that they're dead, but that's all that they know.
Oh, yeah,
right?
for
And
sure.
I think after a while they realize this isn't. I'm just kind of like in a loop, and then
Right.
they cross over. This is what I'm figuring.
If they feel
So
like doing
if they
that.
feel like it, right?
Yeah,
So
because
of their
otherwise,
energy,
what's wrong with living your same life every day? We're all doing it now.
if it gives them safety and comfort, and if they're complacent about it, if they liked doing it before and they were okay with
Yeah.
it and it's what they know, and because, say, if they suddenly passed or they refuse to believe they pass, I'm thinking that they're just repeating their daily habit because this is what they do.
Oh,
And
for sure.
they may
I can
not
totally
know,
see that.
and then they may figure out that they've passed after a while and then decide, oh, okay, maybe they have a loved one, another spirit that comes to find them and brings them away.
Maybe. Yeah,
You know?
that's totally true.
This
Yeah.
is what I think residual haunting is, okay?
Yeah.
The other part, the black shadow figures, the ominous ones, right? I think, now, because I'm spiritual, but I'm not religious, I don't necessarily buy into the heaven and hell thing. I don't necessarily.
No, neither do I.
You
No.
know,
Especially after all the shit I've been seeing on Facebook lately about the satanic stuff, but whatever. Anyway,
No.
let's just let that pass.
I'm totally believe in reincarnation. I think there's evidence, there's proof. I think it happens, right? You come back and you try it again, and I think what happens is with the black shadow people, they exist, and they exist because they're cut off. They're not allowed to reincarnate because they've done something either really, really bad, or there's nothing good in them to atone for, or they refuse.
Oh,
so this is their
up somehow?
This is their purgatory. So they refuse to go to the light and try something different. They were evil spirits, and I think they're just kind of trapped here on Earth. And because of that, I think their soul, or lack of soul, or whatever, I think that they just kind of,
they're like an anti-Groundhog Day.
They kind of turn into something more ominous because they're still attached to their energy. They're still attached to their energy.
Yeah.
And they refuse to let go of their energy, so they kind of fester. It's like a festering sore.
Yeah. Like Groundhog Day, but shitty.
Right. In a way, in saying that, because like they say that technically we're on one plane, and all these spirits and all these other, there's different planes, right? If you've ever heard that, there's different levels, right? So whatever level that they're on, they're kind of not stuck there by choice, but they're kind of refused entry into the other planes because of what they've done. That's just my thought.
Or they could just be a such shitty spirit and person. Like, I mean, I know people like that are just assholes.
But they're not given another chance. They're not given another chance to redeem themselves into another life.
No, but do you know how people that, how can I say it? You know when you know a good person, and I think they're good pretty much all the time. Yes. And they always leave a lasting memory with you of being nice or good. Mm-hmm. But if you know an asshole, and if they're an asshole every day for their entire life, and it piles up and piles up, if it's like
just evil.
A bundle of negative energy.
And just evil. Yeah.
Right. Just a pile of shit, right?
Yeah.
It's like happy light, shitty dark, right?
Yeah.
And if you keep replaying the same black crap you've played before.
That's right. Yeah. No redeeming qualities, and they won't change, right? So they're not allowed to go on to the next level. And then the people who say that they see the light, what they think is heaven, and they see their loved ones guiding them or bringing them, or someone that they know, right? How I see that is basically, yes, it is a light, but it's a light that will take them into the next life. Like how long they wait, that part I haven't thought through. Like I can't wrap my head around that. But I mean, you know how they say that when you reincarnate, you're always with other people that you've known in previous lives because of your connection with them?
Do you think that really, though?
I do.
Who knows?
Yeah. But I mean, they play different roles and stuff, but their energy is still, carries a certain a role in your life. But I think it's because they've come back to find you to make sure that you go into the next
Here's
life.
a thought. Okay. Let's say when the world was created.
Yes.
Big Bang Theory. We're not talking about God or religion or any other shit.
Yeah.
We're talking Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
The world, the universe is all created out of atoms, right? We're all big atomic mass. That's what we are, right? Mm-hmm. Say when the world was created, all the people were really there. Mm-hmm. And boom, we got scattered amongst the universe, and slowly we began to find each other and collect and collect and collect. Yeah. And maybe the people that we know and love were right beside us when the Big Bang happened. Who knows?
Who knows?
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't know.
But like,
Speaking of scientifically wise, I mean, like...
Well, apparently we're all made of iron because it was like space dust, right? I heard that somewhere this week, so that's pretty cool. And then like...
Who knows? I don't know.
But like, I mean...
There's no way to know.
We'll never know. Like science, again, like they say, the paranormal is a science that basically they just haven't found out yet.
No, we don't know. Have no clue.
I know.
Can't measure everything, right?
That's right. Just got to go with it. Ride that wave.
And I shall do that.
Yeah. Be good people.
Yeah. Apparently, you better be good people because there's, like, creepy white dudes in the forest that'll eat you, and there's, like, the genies that'll fucking eat your animals and give you bad wishes and
little
shit.
People that'll steal your shit.
Like, holy crap, man. Just put every bad thing on the whole planet will get you if you're an ass.
That's right.
And as they should, truthfully. If you're going to be an asshole...
That's right. Humans are shitty people.
Game.
And humans are shitty people.
Game.
There you go. But on that note, either way, be good, do good, play safe, stay safe, don't touch people, or social distancing, or whatever it is.
Yeah, be good, don't touch anyone.
Yeah, and on that note, live every day like it is your last.
But never give up the ghost.
Never give up the ghost. Bye. Bye. Bye.